Here we go.
Hey,
Hey, everybody, welcome. It's
goodness.
Tuesday night.
I almost said happy Monday. It's Tuesday.
It's
Is there
Tuesday.
such a
Yeah.
thing as Happy Monday? I love Mondays.
Yes, I love Mondays. I am that weirdo. I love Mondays.
I
I like
I
Mondays. They
like
go by
Mondays
fast.
when you've had a busy weekend like we all did. So I do like coming
Oh,
back from it on Mondays. So
crazy
do I
weekend.
do I look like I'm in a mountain cabin with firelight everywhere?
Not
Kinda.
anymore.
Is that kinda
It
because
was
it's
it looked
firefly
it
season
looked
up here?
cooler earlier.
Yeah. It's firefly season up here and
Was it really?
everybody's has yeah, you have to enter the lottery to get to see the synchronous fireflies, and that's what everybody you pay $30, and if you get in, that's your admission. If you don't get in, it's a donation to the national park, the Smoky Mountain National Park. But if you get
Hmm.
picked, they make a lot of 500 people get to come, and you get to go sit out in this very special place where the synchronous fireflies are, and it's pretty cool. But
Is it?
we found just over the hill from us is where the blue fireflies are. I guess there's like 17 species of fireflies in this
Yes.
area, and the
Yep.
blue ones are very cool. And then I guess the super orange ball ones are the super rares, where they're semi-synchronous, so there's like five or six of them go together and go boom boom. It's very cool. So I hadn't
All
seen
I can think
Wait,
fireflies
of
in
and
is
years,
music?
Pokemon
so
now.
yeah.
Do they play music? Yeah. And they
No,
synchronize to the
All
different
I
type
can
music?
of
think of is
stuff.
Pokemon
No,
now because he's like they're
they just
ball
all
shaped and
light
they're super
they
special.
all
And
light at
I'm just
once.
like, okay, so we're talking. We got to catch them all, right?
Yeah. There's 17 species of them, so I'll get out there with your Pokeball and go get them. So
They if I'm not mistaken, all 17 species were in Fallout 76.
Really?
I kid you not. There were 4 different kinds of Mothman, and the only difference was the eye color.
Mm. I assume the red one
Oh,
was the big one, the hard one to kill.
I don't know, I
probably.
never got to find him.
Aw.
That's why I don't play that game anymore.
I'm trying to find. Mark mentioned something about, was it E3?
It wasn't E3. Basically, what happened was Microsoft did a showcase this weekend, and we were all at events, so none of us watched it. And we all started getting the feeds, yesterday? And we'd already sent our topics in for the week. We usually send those on
Yeah.
Sunday. And so I was at an event. So I had, and there was, we were, I was at the Smoky Mountain Terror, which was this amazing horror con, but signal there was garbage for anybody who didn't have T-Mobile, and I have AT&T. So
I have T-Mobile.
yeah, so so I couldn't watch any of this stuff. I didn't find any of this stuff till I got home yesterday and had some time to watch it. But they dropped the trailer for the new Dragon Age game, which has been in development for like 10 years. Dragon Age
Really?
Dreadwolf turned into Dragon Age Veilguard. They changed the name. They showed some gameplay trailer. They showed the new Assassin's Creed, which is the In the Shadows, which is like a Shogun setting. Uh, but yeah, Veilguard for Dragon Age. They showed off all the new NPCs that you can romance and hang out with. Yeah, there's the Starfield new expansion that actually is going live. New expansion for Fallout 76. So and
I
they
don't
showed
care.
a ton of games.
That game really
So
disappointed
they
me. I
announced
just
they
don't
showed
care anymore.
new World of Warcraft expansion. Poor Mike would have loved that. The new a reimagining of Age of Mythology, which is probably one of the best strategy games of all time. Um, they announced a new Doom game coming out called Doom: The Dark Ages. New Metal Gear Solid. And they
Diablo.
finally showed off a little bit more
And
Fable.
Diablo.
Yeah, it was Diablo 4. It's been out on PC, and then that was the big one, the new Indiana Jones game. They finally showed a lot more video of that, and it looked pretty impressive. I still no release date on that one, so that's probably next
That
year.
that image is the youngest Harrison Ford has ever looked in reality. Like, and
Yeah,
real
it's
life
even
Harrison
younger
Ford
than
has
what he
never
looked
looked
like
that
in the
young.
movies. Yeah,
Well,
there's
No, I
that
mean, like, real
Assassin's
life
Creed
Harrison Ford
shadow.
has never looked that young in his whole life,
Yeah,
that's cool.
like, ever.
so
I'm pretty sure he was born old looking.
Yeah. Well, what's he
I
Which
say?
is not a problem
It's
for
not
me.
the
I
age,
always
it's
thought
the
that man was good
mileage.
looking.
mileage. One of my favorite bits ever was this one lady was talking about when she went and saw Star Wars for the first time. She freaked out when she saw Han Solo show up on the screen. They said, "Well, who's that?" You know, she's what? Why? And she's like, "I know that guy." And she's like, "You do?" He's like, "Yeah, he's my weed dealer." So that's what he'd been doing before he became Han Solo.
Oh my God, that's
Okay.
funny
I
as hell.
mean, hey, gotta make a living, right?
Yeah, he was a contractor. He was a
Suppose.
carpenter. All that stuff before George Lucas stumbled on him. So
That's too funny.
you guys went your own
So
event this
Amanda.
weekend.
Oh yeah, we did. I wasn't going to talk about me for, but we'll just go ahead and go through mine real quick because it's easy. So we had your event in
Mhm.
Kingston, right?
Yep, Kingston, Tennessee was awesome. I got to hang out with Ted Ramey a little bit. Got to hang out with our good
I
friend Felissa
saw the
Rose from
picture.
Slipway Camp. We love her, and she's was right across from us. So she's literally across the aisle from us. It was amazing. Tyler Labine from Reaper and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. He bought a copy of Erie Appalachia for his son, so that made me really happy.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Hoping that they enjoy it. And
That's awesome.
yeah, there was a ton. And Erica forced me to get a picture with all the Twilight vampires.
Well, of course,
So
you had to.
yeah, I was. And
And why did we
I
not
guess the
get that
show,
picture?
because I'm hiding it forever until she decides to post it on social media. But the Vikings cast was there, which I have never
Uh,
seen them at a con before. So that was kind of cool to see. A lot of the usual suspects with the horror crowd, and then of course Dennis O'Hare got to say hi, which he keeps inviting me for tea in the mornings, and with that southern drawl of his, it's like, oh man.
God.
I might.
You should just
So
take him
we
up
had
on it.
we had a pretty good so
There you go.
there's all of our guests. Um kind of
RPG.
nice. RPG was
So
there.
how about RPG was standing in front of the table talking to me, and I'm like, I looked at the lid and I was like, who the hell was that? She goes, I don't know. And I'm like, something tells me it was RPG, but I wouldn't know the man if I hit him with my car. I look at John, I go, who was that? And he goes, oh, that was RPG. I was like I said, Dylan, wouldn't know if I hit him. I wouldn't know the guy if I hit him with my car. Like, I'm not saying I want to hit him with my car. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't know him to hit the
He's
brakes
he
or not.
hosted
I don't know.
recently up here. He hosted a weekend at a camp near us called North Carolina Bigfoot Expeditions, and he took people out in the woods to this
Yeah.
into this area, and he introduced us to the lady who runs that, and she's going to have Erie Travels do a weekend with them sometime, probably September, October.
Nice.
So
That's
I
good.
did
That's
meet
very
Marie
good.
Dumont.
Marie's a blast. We love Marie.
She
Yeah,
is.
she's
So
awesome. She's sweet.
um
She was so funny.
Yeah.
so
She
there
she
is
squealed.
so there's and then of course, we were there. We were set
Yay.
up. Um and we had the new booth up to this time, which is kind of nice.
My butt
I
looks
like
good
that
in
one.
those jeans.
Yeah,
So
it
much
does.
easier. And
I was like, hey, that's my
then there
butt.
we are with Bigfoot. Paul was pissed. He was
Yeah.
Look
sitting
at
over by
look
himself,
at Austin's face. He just looks kind of evil right there. That's pretty funny.
right?
The thing looks like the Grafton. Oh wait, no, that's not the one that looked like the Grafton monster with hair. There was another one that was running around. Mark, I kid you not, it was like the Grafton monster but hairy.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And then of course we had Booth Babes.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Sure did.
They were they were taking names and
We
kicking
were both
ass.
rocking Bigfoot earrings too.
Yes, they were.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Uncle Silas earrings.
Uncle Silas, that's right. Um,
How
so
they
yeah,
s-
it was
so they do well for you guys? Yep.
they did all right. I
I know
didn't
they moved it to
again,
the back building, right, at the Ocala Equestrian
yeah,
Center. They
dude,
were
they're
trying to hide
literally
you
next to each
guys.
other. They're right
Yeah,
next to it.
I know.
You
They
you
just
drive
they moved you from the front to the next one.
to the back. I think they're doing that
Yeah.
with everybody. Think anything they don't understand
Yeah.
and don't
Well,
get.
Which
Spookala
is
they kicked out.
everything.
Yeah, Spookala they
Yeah,
kicked out. So that was,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I will not.
they actually came and blessed the building after we left that year at Spookala. They had preachers come out and bless the building because they didn't understand horror conventions. So that was
Oh, they
pretty
did more
epic.
damage than they did more damage than the
Yeah.
horror show did. God,
Yep. Fun
crazy.
stuff.
Hey, so Amanda, tell me
Mm.
about this new I keep looking off and I want everybody to know. I got yelled at, by the way. I got a private message and they're like, "Well, you don't ever
Mm,
pay attention." I'm like, because I'm switching the show. Now that's gonna
right.
change. Here's something that's kind of cool. So we have changes coming. As long as everything
I'm
goes the
looking
way it's supposed to
between
go.
another screen where I can interact and my camera screen. So if
Yeah.
anybody has a problem with that,
Yep.
eat it. Here,
Well,
I'll give you a trail mix bar to
so
eat.
because I'm switching the show, I have to pay attention to assets and all that kind of stuff. That's why
Right.
sometimes you'll see me come off and the two screen will come up and it'll just Mark and Amanda, right? But so if everything goes well, we have a young man that's coming up. His name is Austin, and he is going to be taking over helping me run that studio. So when I'm
Nice.
gone, shows get handled. I'll no longer have to worry about switching. He'll switch the show. Now he's new. He's not
Mhm.
like me. He doesn't, VMix is going to be a new thing to him. He has been using it for the last, he interned for my friend Topher. So,
Mm.
but that was Austin in the picture, looking like what am I gotten myself into?
He was such a good sport.
He was, and he's a good kid, and he gets it, and he's willing to learn, and he's actually a writer as well. I think him and Amanda had some talky talk stuff about writing. I had to walk away because I don't,
He's more of a script writer.
script writer. Yeah, he wants to do motion, wants to do big film, which is good. Uh-oh.
That's
Mark,
good.
oh, there, Mark's moving. Anyway,
Sorry,
so
I
Amanda,
froze for a second.
this,
Internet, mountain internet.
it's like
It's
can't
it's
hold
like
that
it's
Well,
stuff.
like the
it's like
ends of the
everything we
old
do.
Police Squad TV show
Oh yeah.
where they would cut to the
Yes.
credits and they would just freeze
Yep.
frame, but they weren't really freeze framed,
They were
and
just holding
and
still.
they would hold still and they'd blank and the bad guy would try to escape or something. It was always
Yep.
great.
So what is this new hostile?
Or like when we
Ho-
have Mike Roddy on and when we cut from the end of the show and we do our post show, he's always frozen.
Yes,
Always,
because he
without fail, every
he
loses
time.
doesn't know to
connection the
hang.
second. Yeah,
Yep. So
Makes me
Amanda,
sad.
tell
I'm
me
like, come
about
on,
this.
man. Okay,
yeah.
so I found out about this on Instagram. I follow Eli Roth and I pulled up his Instagram timeline. So the day before that the Hostel TV series starring Paul Giamatti, aka Pig Vomit, because I will never be able to call that man anything else ever again. The day before was a bloody chair in a room with blood blood everywhere all over the floor. Like it just looks very hostile, or maybe even Teresa's, right? Which Teresa's wasn't Eli Roth, but still. And the it's he's got it, tagged in Slovakia with the caption of "Who feels like traveling." Well, of course I liked it, and then that was last week, and then was it like the next day? Yeah, the next day it says, the caption is "Passports, please," and it's a side by side of Eli Roth and Paul Giamatti, and it says "Hostel TV series starring Paul Giamatti" in the works. So then I went down the rabbit hole of the different articles. hate all of them. Um, all of the ads, everything like that. I was going to try to do it in like a reader view, John, but then I realized even switching it from reader view and linking in the form isn't going to fix it. So, um,
Right.
so John, can you put that image back up for a second?
I sure can.
So for those who don't remember, because the show has, the movie's been like 20 years old, that kid was in the first movie, the very first movie. So
What?
I don't know why Screen Rant did this. They're not the only ones who did this. They all really got on my nerves when I was looking up the articles because they all have like 4 sentences, and I'm like, forget it. I could just share Eli Roth's friggin' Instagram timeline. But so yeah, there Paul Giamatti is cast in a major role. Um, and that's really all that there is, right? They're not giving us any, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? When is the show coming out? We don't have anything, nothing. But
That's
it's
crazy.
happening. It's absolutely
Yep.
happening.
They
Let me
just
see here.
announced Paul Giamatti
So in
for the Star Trek Academy spinoff from Star Trek Discovery. That he'd been saying that he was a huge Star Trek fan for years, and they just announced him for that too. So, and we're hoping that he's going to play a Klingon because he actually speaks fluent Klingon.
Oh, does he
That's
really?
how big of a nerd Paul Giamatti is. So,
did you
I
know
don't
he
know.
was
I
actually
think now
supposed
they're
to be
reaching.
in the first Hostel movie?
yeah, that was the whole thing. He was supposed to be in it, and something came up, he couldn't do it.
Huh.
So,
Yep.
Paul Giamatti
He
is a
was
big nerd.
promoting the
We love
movie
him.
John Dies at
So,
the End.
yeah, that's it. Which is an amazing movie. So, probably one of the best movies ever.
So, and I guess the big news coming up next is this, Miss Amanda.
Yeah,
Yay!
Bartow Con, August 3rd. Excuse me, 10 to 5. It will be indoors because August in Central Florida absolutely is a bad time to be
Yep.
outside, if you can breathe. So that's, yeah, these are their new, I guess this is their new mascot for the year.
Yeah,
They've
she's
got
been a
different
mascot for a few years now.
guests.
Yeah.
Oh, has she? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yep,
They
different
even have a
stunt
cosplayer
people.
of her.
Jack O'Halloran. I can't remember who he's from. The voice of Lucy from
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Peanuts. I love that
Jack
so much. I
O'Halloran.
might go to meet her.
He
Yeah,
was
I don't
he
know who
was
he is. Like
Superman.
I know the name, but I don't know him, if
No,
that makes
he
sense.
was Non in
Yeah,
Superman. He was
couldn't talk.
also in the original King Kong for the 76 King Kong, sorry. He was the guy in the suit.
Okay.
Yeah, he was also in. It was what's the thing right here? With yeah, he
Is it
was.
Dragnet?
He was in. Yeah, Dragnet.
Yeah, Dragnet. He was the I forget what they called him.
I thought.
Emil Mush or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
Mush.
yeah.
Then you got. I know who she is, but I never realized she was the voice actress.
See,
Then
I don't know who she is, but we have a Disney artist and animator, which makes me want to ask him about the inappropriate things in The Little Mermaid.
He also worked on the Don Bluth laser games. So Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. That's pretty epic.
really?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then there's Vic.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, all right, I'm here for that, I think. This is an
He's a
event I
local
am not
Orlando
going to
boy,
have a table
so
at. Is he?
What is
Okay.
Star Trek Continues?
it was a fan series done out of that Neutral Zone Studios in South
Oh, up in
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they did it. They had everybody, all
Okay.
the original actors appeared on it at one point or another as cameos, including George Takei,
Oh,
everybody but
gotcha.
Shatner and Nimoy, right? So,
Right. Well, they probably couldn't
everybody
move
showed up
forward,
as
did they?
different characters and stuff. Yeah, and
Got you.
it was actually a very well done show. It was like the fifth year of the final voyage, so of the original
Gotcha.
series, and it was well
Where
done.
did it
Vic played
air?
Kirk. It was
Where
on
did it
YouTube
air?
back in the early days. YouTube in the early days. I think it's all been
Was
pulled
it
because of
shot in high
Paramount
def?
shut them down. It wasn't high def, but it looked really good. So,
Okay.
but it was 1080p. It was 1080p, and
It was HD.
Star Trek shut them down. Star Trek made them pull it once they got like a little too big budgety. Once I think it was when George Takei showed up. They were like, "Wait a minute,
Oh yeah. All right.
wait a minute.
Right.
This isn't a fan film anymore. This is
Right.
It was
this is
only one
legit."
season. Looks like 13 episodes or something.
Yep.
I'll be damned.
They have a
I'll
website.
play that on the station if
Yep.
they'd let me.
Good
All
luck,
right, Marky boy. Yeah, I know. This is so before I
Alright,
show the
so
image.
yes, I have
Before
to
I
say
show
this
the
was. I have to say the media got this wrong. This was
Okay.
a big. They reported this. This headline is completely wrong, and that's all right. So they're saying, "Oh, first same sex kiss in Doctor Who." No, they've done that years ago.
Yeah.
2005 was Jack Harkness kisses the Doctor, and
Yep.
so and all the news organizations, first gay kiss, first gay kiss, first gay kiss, and then they've had other gay characters having, things like that. They actually had Madame Vastra was married to her Jenny, her maid. It was this really cool thing. There was a lot of cool stuff like that. So
I don't
them making a
understand how
big
they
deal
forget
about this.
John Barrowman.
Yeah, John Barrowman. Oh my God. Yeah, it's Captain Jack Harkness just kissing everybody. That was the joke. But then they had to rewrite the headline to say first romantic kiss, like the Doctor's actually into it. And it's like, but even that, it's like it's because it's Pride Month. So they wanted to really ride that and get the headlines. And
It's because they
I
lost their
was
viewership and they need the clickbait.
So
they are tanking badly in the ratings. And it's a shame because some of it's not great. It's not
No,
as
it's
good as it's
horrible.
been in years.
No.
It's the first
it's
few
not
episodes
good.
are atrocious. The last two were a little better, but this last one was back to the first two again. I was like, really, guys?
I
We're gonna stumble that far back?
Yep.
There was
I asked
one
you
good
this
one
the
in
other
this
day
whole new
about it. I'm
season.
like, I've tried to watch it, and I'm still watching it for mercy's sake. But
Yeah,
it's just
that's me. I'm almost. It's like me and Star Wars: The Acolyte. I'm kind of just watching it because it's Star Wars, but there's nothing to it that has drawn me into it at all. And that's this. I'm watching this because it's Doctor Who, and I'm hoping
Yeah.
they're bringing back some old characters here and there. And I'm
yeah.
I'm excited for that. There was actually a blink and you miss it bit in this new episode where he's like showing off, look, I'm the Doctor, and they show all his old faces. And there was one in there nobody recognized. It's like, ooh, so now they're saying there might have been a lost regeneration again. So, and it looked, some people were saying it's Richard Grant who there was an animated Doctor Who during what we call the wilderness years after the TV
Yep.
movie. Doctor Who had disappeared for decades. There was an animated one where Richard Grant did a Doctor Who, and he voiced it and they animated him, and it kind of looked like him, but it could have been another old original series Doctor Who called The Valeyard, which was supposed to be the last generation of the Doctor who became a bad guy. Who knows? It's time travel, all that. It was just
Shame
them
it wasn't
playing with it.
Christopher Eccleston.
Well, yeah, his face appears in it, but that's it. So yeah,
Okay, so
I'm Doctor
I
Who
hate to
is
say it, but they
just
need
right
to just put it
now.
to bed.
It's
They need
too
to
that's
just put
part
to
of it.
bed.
It's just not right. The writing's not there. There's nothing to draw you in. If it was
That's exactly why
story
they need to put it
there,
to bed.
if there was story there, if there was good action, good character development, there's nothing. It's basically they're doing the J.J. Abrams mystery box. Oh, it's a mystery within a mystery within a mystery, and what's in the box? We don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. We want story.
It's
We
like a
want
weird,
plot development.
it's like a weird combination of J.J. Abrams and M. Night Shyamalan,
Exact without the proper
but
twists,
sci-fi.
and
Or,
and
dude,
they're
Shyamalan
only
doesn't have
doing.
twists either.
This is the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. Was last November. The 60th anniversary. No show gets a 60th anniversary. Even Star Trek, didn't get a much of a 60th anniversary, and it's like they predate Star Trek by a decade, and it's nothing. They did nothing with it except for a few episodes that were terrible, and it's like, come on, guys, you got to do this. Back when the 50th anniversary happened, they did the same thing. They only did one special the entire year. It's like, why? Why are you wasting this? You could do so much with it. And then the plus side is we've got the audio dramas. There's a company called Big Finish that has the rights to do audio dramas, and they have all the original cast members, and they're doing some of the most amazing stories, but you got to listen to them. They're not, they're full cast audio dramas. They're all about an hour. They play like old episodes, and they are some of the most amazing stories. Now, some of the new Doctor Who episodes that everybody loves from the last 15 years were based on Big Finish episodes from years before. So I keep thinking eventually they're going to get smart and go, okay, let's hire these writers for the damn show. But
no,
right now
you're giving them too much credit.
Yeah.
So
right now it's.
I want to make sure that we circle back to Accolade.
Okay.
Okay,
we'll come back to that.
Yeah. So what?
It's boring. It's nothing happens.
No.
It's Kung Fu, but
let's come back. Let's come back.
So
now
Disney garbage. Gotcha.
We're gonna we're gonna talk about The Boys.
Yeah, it comes out this week.
We'll come back to it.
First 3 episodes this week.
2 days. 2 days. Sorry, I got really
2
excited.
days.
2 days. First 3 episodes
on the way home Friday. That's awesome.
There you go.
Thursday, first.
But let's watch this.
Here we
go.
Hey, this is Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I am super excited to be joining the cast of The Boys this season. What's your shitty code name again? The Boys. Oof. Who came up with that shit? A lot of people have been asking me, Jeff, tell us about the role you're doing on this show. I'm playing a guy named me and Butcher. They go way back. They're old buddies from their days doing some real at this. Butcher has discovered that he's only got months to live, and my character shows up to take him on one last full of diabolical. After all, up soups like. Are you f***ing joking? All right, can I at least tell them that me and Butcher is who's trying to make a that is all the. Can I say that I try to help to get him? Fine. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The Boys season 4 is going to be f***ing insane, and I can promise you this: you are not f***ing ready for it.
That was funny. That was very funny.
That's funny.
He's like, "What can I like?" It was like towards the end where I guess he realized they were just like bleeping out everything he was saying. It was like, well, can I say that? And they just bleeped it out. And well, can I say this? And I'm like, nah, Jeff, they're not letting you talk at all. I mean, like, you can't even say anything about IRL at this point. Like, your real life, they're just gonna bleep you out.
So, we did find this out. Butcher's dying.
Well, that was at the end of last season.
Well, we knew that though.
Yeah. They were taking that drug to give themselves superpowers,
the V or whatever, the compound V or whatever it was.
The new the 24-hour version or whatever.
Yeah.
So
and Huey's been taking it too, but I don't know that Huey's been taking it as much as Butcher has been.
Oh, I forgot Huey took it. He did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he could
there
teleport
was a point in time
naked.
when he promised Starlight he wasn't going to take it anymore, and he kept taking it anyway.
Yep.
Starlight could have
But
make him not Starbright.
yeah, we are looking forward to it.
I'd
And they did
love to see her
announce that
beat
next
the crap
season
out of Huey.
is they did announce that next season is their final season. They are only going to do 5 seasons. So they
Oh, they're
announced
actually
that. So
going to
this
do a
is
fifth? I
the
thought the fourth was going to be the end.
no, they're doing one more after this, and that's it. So it's the most
Oh,
Who's
popular
gonna
show
step
on
up after
Amazon.
Butcher?
He may not die. You know, the comics they went on for a while, and he almost died, and then got a cure. It's a comic book; you can do whatever. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're going to go that way because they have strayed so far from the comics that
Have they?
it's the first bit. The comics are imagine as bad as the show is. The comics are rougher. There is a lot more crap that goes down. Hero-gasm was insane in the comics. It was it was nothing in the show. In the comics, it was brutal. It was hard to
I'm
read.
sure they did that on purpose.
Yeah, and in the first bit, it wasn't just the Deep that messes with Starlight when she first gets into 7. It's everybody, including Maeve
Really?
and Homelander and everybody.
They all take turns.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. So
Maeve was a bitch to her. Homelander was a douchebag.
yeah,
And
nothing compared to
can
the
we
comic.
talk about the whatever her name is this week, the racist bitch.
Stormfront.
Her, like, I don't know if any of all of the trailers I have seen, she has not been in a single one of them.
No, she's not.
dead.
Now she died in the last season. Yeah, she died in the last
Yeah.
season. Remember, he killed her, and
Was
Homelander killed
she
her
the
on
one
her
that he blew up in the
deathbed.
trailer?
No, she was the one. That was the other Soldier Boy's old girlfriend. No, this was the girl.
Right,
She was
the old
already.
lady.
Remember, she was in a hospital bed. She had been burnt to a crisp and was slowly healing, and then he just decided that he wasn't going to wait for her to heal and finished her off. So
That's right.
But
I mean, well,
and so now
yeah,
they've got was it
she outlived her
Firecracker?
usefulness
It
too.
looks
So
like Firecracker's the new one, and she's in love with
Yeah.
Starlight. So we'll see what happens there.
Oh,
So like in love with Starlight. So
lovely. Well, all right. I like the
Okay.
boys.
and Black Noir, who died in the last season, is back. So
How's he back?
he got blown up. Like he got
yeah, but
blowed up.
it could be anybody in this. Anybody could be in that suit. So now in
Oh,
the original comic, spoilers for the
It wasn't
comic.
Black Noir who got blown up. It was
Yeah,
the Invisible
Black Noir
guy.
got blown
Was
up.
that Black Noir?
Yeah, Black Noir got blown up too. Invisible Guy Translucent died in the first season. So,
Yeah.
but Black Noir
Yeah,
died in the
okay.
last season. But
Wonder if it's
in the
A-Train.
comics,
I'm
Black
kidding.
Noir was actually a clone of Homelander. So
Oh, that went bad.
that was in the comics. Yeah. Well, what hadn't gone bad was there to keep Homelander in check. He was the secret power behind the throne. So
he was a
it's pretty
kryptonite.
cool. Yeah. He was their
But
insurance
not so
policy.
much in the show. Because
Yeah,
even,
the show.
even
Who
in
knows?
the show, there's
But now
nothing
he's
that's
back,
keeping
so who
Homelander
knows?
in
They
check.
might go with that. But
There's
Soldier
no
Boy
one
is
keeping
coming
up-
back in the new season too. So for a cameo or something. So at least. So
Well, they have to
they showed some
because
retro footage.
Kripke
Yeah.
cannot bring JDM in and not
have
Jensen Ackles too. You can't.
Michaels. Yeah.
I mean, Eric Kripke, if you hear me, you screwed us over so bad with Dean Mon. You have to give us something. You have to. So I will take a 5-minute cameo with JDM and the boys.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And a season 16 add-on of Supernatural where Dean is a demon.
Nice.
Please. With Crowley.
Nice.
Get rid of
I
Mary.
have
Get
not
rid of
been able to
everybody.
get into that movie or that show
Just
at all.
Dean and Crowley's misadventures for a season would be amazing. An entire season,
Yeah.
Kripke.
Supernatural
Bastard.
was I didn't enjoy it as much as everybody else. I'm sad to say. So
I can't get it.
From
I've tried.
season 11 on, I was just like, oh.
Yeah. I can't get
All right,
past
so the
anything
next
that
one there,
has.
Marky Boy, is
All right, so this
is
was
this
this was interesting. It was originally going to be, I thought, another one of the Arkham Asylum games, right? That this was the next in that series, but they after Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, they were old Rocksteady games. They were amazing. They were some of the best Batman games ever made. Then they did Gotham Knights, which was terrible. And now they're doing that. Killed the Suicide Squad, killed the Justice League, which was less said the better. To the point where they shut down that studio, and I thought that was the end. But this was a secret project in development, another one that was announced, and I got all excited until I see the end of the commercial. So let's watch that trailer and see if you're all in the same boat I'm in.
all right, here we go.
There's a new darkness overtaking Gotham, driving the city mad. The only light left is from the fire in the streets, casting shadows of rats on everything that was once good. Fear is their weapon. But they're not the only ones who can use it. The Rat King will stop at nothing to destroy my city. How far will I go to destroy him?
When the bat falls, the rats rise.
Oh, only on
Hmm.
Oculus.
Oh, really?
Only on Oculus. That's the problem. Only on MetaQuest
Boy.
3. So not
Weird-
even the older
only on
Oculuses
the
will play
Facebook
this.
Weird stuff.
Only on that new MetaQuest 3.
You can't get on the Oculus 2 or the original Oculus.
Not even Oculus or any of the other ones that if you've spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on those, sorry. This is, you have to buy
That's
Zuckerberg's
nuts.
new machine. And of all the
So-
villains, Rat King is like probably one of the least DC villains I can recall. It might as well be fighting Condiment King. So, you know, or
Ranch
Batmite.
dressing king. Ranch dress king.
Condiment King's a real villain in the DC universe. Just, it's not a joke. That's
He is
sad.
not.
But yes,
Oh,
he
no,
totally
hold on.
is. Yeah, Google him up. Do your
I am going to
Do
Google him
your,
right now.
Is
Yeah,
he a
Condiment
giant
King,
bottle of
baby.
like ranch dressing or something?
He kind of uses condiments as his out of like
Oh my
squirters on his back.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to share that with the audience, if you can, that would
I'm
be
going to. I'm going to.
it's pretty horrible.
I
So
hope it's the
but
same one I just found.
I'm sure it is. They also made him in the Lego movie. So the Lego Batman movie, he shows up for about 2 seconds. So
Give me 1 second.
at least Harley Quinn gave Kite Man and turned him into something awesome. So but the Condiment King is pretty terrible. But Ratman, the Rat King, he's a dumb villain from a stupid arc. I'm like, why not throw in somebody big like Scarecrow or somebody awesome? I'm sure there'll be cameos from other villains, but yeah, there he is. That's him.
You know, the one under history
he
is my
tries to
favorite.
dress like Batman.
Yeah, and at that point, yeah. But
That one
there
right
he
there.
is.
That one's my favorite.
That's the one. Yeah, yeah. And he's like I said, he's been in a bunch of them. So
Oh, there's a calendar man also. What is happening?
now Calendar Man was actually a pretty cool villain that knows, like, he did all his holidays. He did a crime every holiday, and he also knows dates and stuff like that. So he figured out where Batman is on every specific day. So he figured out Batman's parents' day was, death's day was important. So he almost figured out who Batman was. So it was
That's
pretty cool.
nuts.
So
That
yeah,
is
Calendar
nuts.
Man is
Okay.
him and Clock King were a little odd, but I love them. So Bookworm's my
Well,
my
Clock
absolute
King was
favorite.
Clock Clean was a time traveler. He manipulated time, right?
No, he counted time. He could count seconds, so he knew how long it took Batman to throw a punch. So he could dodge every punch he throws, every kick he throws. He was that micro management of time. He knew
So
exactly.
his superpower was
Yes,
telling time.
yes, that
I
was his
guess
superpower.
I'm a superhero.
But he could plan everything to like the microsecond. So he knew exactly when. Remember, was the movie Bill Murray where he goes through
Groundhog
the
Day?
same day over Groundhog Day? Couldn't
Groundhog
remember
Day.
the name of that. Thank you. Yeah. Remember how he could time when the security guard turned around and he could grab the money bag and just keep walking and he could do all those because he knew every second. That's Clock King every day. He knows every second of every day what everybody's, how long each train goes and how often you spend, how long Amanda takes to do her lipstick. He knows it to the microsecond. He knows exactly
So do
if
I.
something, yeah, exactly. So, but that's
All right.
that. So that's DC. DC is
That's crazy,
bad,
dude.
but Marvel has announced their new Avengers comic team,
Oh yes, they have.
and this is kind of closer to, I guess, the cinematic. So yeah, look at this is the new Avengers in the comics. So we got Cap still leading. Shang-Chi
That's She-Hulk.
is joining. That is She-Hulk. That is Quantum, aka Polaris, aka Photon. That's Hercules in the back. And Hawkeye, of course. And I don't know if that picture, can you scroll down on that at all?
Oh, I just pulled an image.
They also added Wonder Man, and that's pretty much the team. But they've added a couple other characters. So Wasp will be back, and they've added Lightspeed, who was from Power Pack, and Night Thrasher from New Warriors are going to be like secondary characters. So kind of younger generation. So
Is
that's a
Lightspeed
pretty big.
the Marvel version of the Flash?
No, she's actually literally shoots rainbow colors out. If you scroll down just past
What?
that, there should be here you go. There's the full cover with Wonder Man in the back and Hercules back there, and Jarvis the butler, of course. So that's Tony Stark's leftover legacy is Jarvis is still there. If you scroll down a little further, the variant cover has all the secondary characters. So there's the back up. That's the rest of the team. So that's you'll see Lightspeed's the one with the rainbow behind her. So she's over on the right above Cap's shield.
Bright.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
there was a
it's just-
kids team back in the '80s called Power Pack, and they were literally like the X-Men were all teenagers except for Wolverine. The Power Pack was like tweens. They were like she was the oldest, and it was just the youngest was like 6 in it. So it was meant for kids, and now they're growing up. So it was kind of fun to give them a little something in the Marvel universe.
No,
So and their villain,
40-something years old. So
yeah,
I would hope
on the
they're
Marvel
grown up.
timeline. Remember, Cap originally woke up in the '60s out of ice, but now Cap probably woke up in the '90s, early 2000s, because they have this sliding 20-year timeline. Everything's 20 years, so that's as far as it ever gets. So even though Cap saved Richard Nixon at one point, now that couldn't have happened because that's how Marvel timeline works.
Okay.
Dumb. So
Yeah.
all right. So now we're gonna circle back.
Oh,
Accolade.
are we? Oh, geez. Okay.
I don't
First three
hate it.
episodes. I just I have we met Critical Drinker, right, at
Yes,
MegaCon a
I
few years
love that
ago.
guy. Yeah.
Great guy. He absolutely nails it in his review of the first two episodes of just
Okay.
how Carrie Ann Moss was shown prominently in the trailers, right? She's the Matrix. It's Trinity from the Matrix. And she's going to be badass again. This looks great. All right, spoilers. Ready? They kill her in 5 minutes of the show. First 5 minutes.
Yep.
And
I did see
and we've
that.
got I like how he calls it strong female antagonist meets strong female protagonist. and that's it. It's basically that's their character. Is
Okay.
we've got the one girl who
So
is killing Jedi for some reason and uses daggers.
If you know nothing about the Star Wars universe,
Yeah.
right? And you just watch it for what it is, it's not horrible.
I that's what I think actually makes it worse because I think that
Really?
it's just boring. If you know nothing
Well-
about, I mean, this is the High Republic, so it's the
Yeah.
ancient times before the wars, before everything. So you don't have to
Yeah.
know anything about Star Wars. That's the important part of this.
Right.
You don't need to know anything about Star Wars. That's what they've
Right.
sold this series on.
Yeah.
And if you don't know anything about Star Wars, it's a girl comes into a bar and picks a fight with a lady and can't, and it's not even good kung fu. It's I would have been okay if it had been a little bit better choreography and a little bit better action. I just was like, it was the most
Yeah.
unimpactful fighting. I'm spoiled, I guess, by good kung fu movies.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Well,
wasn't even like
here
old
is something-
70s kung fu.
Right. Here's something funny is me, Cage, and Delin got up here on Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry. We watched this before we left. And we're all sitting there, we're having dinner, and I'm like, let's just give it a watch. And as soon as everything started happening, my wife, this is exactly what Mama Tech said. Oh, her sister did it. She's got a twin.
Yes,
Not
exactly. It was
even knowing she
obvious.
had a twin.
I know.
It was
I mean, and that's
very-
like classic Star Wars, classic everything. Classic. It feels like a soap opera set in Star Wars without any of the good parts of a soap opera and without any of the good parts of
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's just
Okay.
like watered down all of that. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just
But do we
I'm-
have
I
any good
literally
stuff
am-
coming?
I don't know. There's a new
Disney
Mandalorian
claims
movie.
They do, but they're full
They
of
say they're
fish.
cutting all
They're
this
full of
crap
garbage.
out. They're cutting all this crap out to make just less and make better. They're doing that with Star Wars. They're doing that with Marvel. So far, I haven't seen it. And
Well,
this was delayed by the writer's strike. This is delayed by the actor's strike. And I kind of wish the strikes had
it's
still
still
been
trash.
going. Yeah, I was like, why didn't the
all of
strikes
that
keep
time to
going?
make it better? And it's clearly not. This is why Disney doesn't get my money anymore. Speaking of, I actually got something in my I don't remember if it was my promotions tab or my updates tab in Gmail, but Disney's like, hey, $1.99 a month with ads. And I'm like, hey, Disney, delete.
No.
Yeah.
I
Legit
only
get it
keep
free
it
because
I
because
may have flipped the bird at my phone.
I
too,
keep it
but
because it's part of my phone plan.
that's why I've got it.
Yep.
It's part of my
Yep.
it's part of my AT&T bill.
it's not part of my
So I
anything.
did-
That's why I don't have it anymore.
I did sign a petition the other day to tell Netflix don't bother with the last Stranger Things.
Yeah. I think that was
It's-
one they
Why?
I'm done.
they killed
I need
they
closure.
killed the
I
momentum.
need closure.
They killed the
Well,
momentum
I
on
don't.
it.
They did. They
by
killed it, and now all the kids are grown up and they look completely
yeah,
different. I
and
mean, they've
they
made
they wrote
So
they've
what
some
they're
made
going
dumb
to have to
characters.
do, and the Duffer Brothers are good at this though. So here's what I'm thinking they're going to do. They're going to have some sort of like high school reunion or something where, or high school period, whatever it is that fits in with the age of where the kids are once they start shooting.
I
yeah,
Do you see
I
what
don't
I'm
I don't
know.
saying?
even.
So
I'm not interested.
it's going to
Yeah,
be
They've
some
lost my
forward.
interest
I mean, I
completely.
know they
I
can't
mean,
do that
yeah,
because of the way that everything ended, but they're going to
yeah,
have to do something where at least for one episode they go back and everybody's younger and Vecna, and then he just kind of like disappears or something, and then the rest of the season's going to have to be the kids at the age that they're at. I
I
need
don't know.
closure.
I
they've
liked
made 2 Ghostbuster movies with what's his name in the time
yeah,
that they
time
should
it
have
took
finished.
to yes, and they
2.
get the
That's on the Duffer Brothers. That's not on Netflix.
two Enola Holmes
But
movies with
y'all are
her.
putting the blame on the wrong party here.
No, it's the writers. It's the writers. They
It's
took
the
their time
Duffer
getting it
Brothers.
done.
It's not
Yep.
Netflix.
And then the writer's strike added another year and a half to it, and COVID added a year to it. It's always adding years to this stuff. I mean, it's been this log jam of projects got stuck because of COVID, and because nobody would film during COVID, even though you could have filmed safely and all that. The only thing that did during that time was The Mandalorian, and look, that turned out to be awesome. And
And then Disney
then
let it turn to crap.
and then Disney, then all the delays pushed everything, and all the projects got put on back burner. Stranger Things, Umbrella Academy, all these things that had some momentum, and now, oh, COVID's over, but all these actors who are like begging for work, oh, we're going on strike. Oh, the writers are going on strike, and now we
Yep.
can't do anything. So it's literally 2 years of no product, and now we're going to get this flood of like product coming, but that's not till next year.
Yeah.
And even then, are we going to care? Because it's been so long on all these projects and all these things.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the final season of Evil. That is the only thing I'm just
I haven't
really
started it
eating
yet.
up.
I'm waiting.
Oh
I'm
my
waiting
god,
to
Oh,
it's
you
binge.
so
gotta
good.
watch. It's good.
First 3 episodes have sucked me in so bad.
Yep.
I'm like, damn you, Paramount, for dragging out 14 episodes over 14 weeks. But I'm okay because I know
That's why
the
I'm
end is
waiting.
coming. I know the end is coming, but it has been every, what is it, Wednesday that comes out? I'm like, yes,
Yep.
yes, yes. Wednesday morning, turning on. Tomorrow I'm speaking at a library, but as soon as I get home, I'm watching that. That'll be tomorrow night's entertainment. But
Well,
then I'll
I'm
be
waiting.
at the Craft and Monster Festival this weekend. So
Yep. So I'm
that'll be fun
waiting
too.
because I need something. I need to kill 7 hours to get back to Florida.
The Erie
Well, you'll have
Appalachia
3
audiobook
with the
is
boys.
available on Spotify. And
Okay. So we've got a couple minutes. I cannot, and even Cage, I am having the hardest time with Spotify. They're charging
Spotify
me.
has always been and always will be a royal pain in the ass. The only time you can control that app the way that you want to is when you pay for it. I have found this out
Yeah.
because I'm on a 3-month free trial. I will not
I
pay
am
for that
paying
app.
for
I
it.
will go back to every other thing else.
I've paid it. I've been paying for it for the last 2 years, and I still can't get it to work right on my phone. I've undone it. We've gone online and went in and we've changed passwords and blah 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 blah. And then I get in my car, get it turned on, and get on it, and it won't go to the paid version. It only stays in the trial mode. And we've
Yeah,
reached out to
yeah.
them, going either fix it or start me a new account, and I'll put the credit card back in, or I'm done.
Or
I'm
just
just
done.
I'll literally
Switch.
will cancel the credit card.
Yeah. Go to
So
Pandora.
as soon as you hook it up to the car, it reverts back to
It goes to
free
drive
instead
mode,
of paid.
which is
Yeah.
no, it goes to drive mode, which is where you don't have any of your controls, you don't have your search bar, you don't have anything because they don't want you messing with your phone while you're driving.
Yep.
But
Weird,
it's like,
because
well, wait
I
a minute.
have all of that available to me.
It's certain phones,
It's
certain
not my phone, it's my
Androids.
car. I have
It's
Android
certain
Auto
Androids.
built into my car, so I can
I
do
don't.
whatever
Yeah,
I want.
yeah,
Well,
that's you.
almost whatever
It's
I
his.
want.
Yeah, if you just have Bluetooth connected to a car
That's all
and
it
you're
is.
old, and that it won't let you do it. Yeah, I had the same problem with my van. I had to. I have to connect it
Huh.
to just Bluetooth speakers in my van.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
All right.
Crazy,
Well,
crazy. Well,
I'll
we
be at
got
the
about a
I'll be at Grafton
Go ahead.
Monster Festival this weekend. So if anybody wants to come up, it's the first ever festival for the Headless Horror at the grand opening of the Grafton Monster Museum in Grafton, West Virginia. And if you come
Nice.
up, you can spend an hour and drive over to Flatwoods, and then spend another hour and drive over to Mothman. You can hit all the monsters this weekend. But Grafton should be a hoot. I'm the opening speaker, so please come see us there. Tomorrow I'm speaking at the Franklin Library in Franklin, North Carolina. But
Nice.
but EerieTravels.com has all my appearances. And then you
There you
guys
go.
have got stuff this week. So
I got the Rowdies this Saturday. And then it's
Yeah.
Father's Day.
That's it. Just the Rowdies.
It's Father's Day
It's-
on Sunday,
it's
everybody.
Father's Day on
Saying.
Sunday. So, and it's
Oh,
the
you know what? While
solstice.
we're here,
So,
my dude's birthday is tomorrow, so
oh, there you
Was it
go.
really?
Happy birthday to
birthday
your
to the
birthday
dude.
to the dude.
Happy birthday to the dude.
Remind me
That's
to
awesome.
take a clip of this and send it to him tomorrow.
There you go. All right,
All right,
gang.
everybody. We'll see
you
everybody
all next
We
week.
won't. Nope. We won't see anybody next
Oh,
week
No, we're not here next week.
because
Oh,
Boss
what?
Tech has got his grandbabies coming in, and I got the whole
Oh.
week with 4 grandbabies. So yeah, I'm taking the week
Yep.
off, and I'm gonna have me some grandbaby time. So that's a good
Heck
thing.
yeah.
We'll see everybody in 2
All right.
weeks. Everybody have a good night. See you
Sweet.
later.